Yeah. So very good evening to all. Hope it is audible. If yes, can you give a quick good evening in the chat? Good. That's interesting. Yeah. Okay. So it's audible. Fine. I think so. Good. So fine. We'll start this in exactly 6:45. First, we'll discuss about the assignment question, and I think so. Many people have given the response, and again, I'll be appreciating you one more time. It's like all the things you tried as you wish and as you like. Really, it's good. Good response from the group. So not even me, even inspired entire team is happy for your replies. That it's like a proud moment for me, and we can tell as for your yourself and batch 8. So fine, dear. So we'll move on to the assignment question. We'll discuss it. Just now people are joining. Give me a time. I'll try to take away that question where I kept it. Okay, I got that question. Fine, we'll discuss. Okay, the screen is visible. I think so. It should be visible. We'll start. Now, so the input is given as the inspire. So we know what is slicing with our two parameters and slicing with the three parameters. Very clearly we have understood and we have solved many examples based on this, right? So now this is a task is given for us to complete the program. Now, in this question, we are starting the input as inspire is given, and I'm storing that in the b variable. In the next line we are storing that b variable in a. So now we will create a two memory. A memory will be there and b memory will be there. So if you're trying to print only a, I'll be printing inspire as output, and if you want to print b also, fine, I'll be getting the output as inspire. So now based on this discussion we are going with a slicing part. Slicing part, that is nothing but a of -2, -6, and -1 is given. Now, according to this, we'll create a memory for the inspire so that will be easy to capture the index. So I, N, S, P, I, R, E, suppose. So, a minute, change the color. Now suppose we have here -1, here we'll be having -2, -3, -4, -5, -6, and -7. So you will be writing with the positive indexing, that is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Leave this block. Now we know the first print statement as it is going to be printed here. Inspire will be the output. There is no issue on it and everyone knows it. Now when you go with here, starting is given as -2, ending is given as -6, and most important thing, step is given as -1. So what indicates for -1? We have to decrement. Then the decrement have to come backward, we can tell. So if you have in the step question, if you have a negative value, should be or for direction should be in the backward. If it is a positive value, direction should be in the forward, we know it. So now -1. So now I have to start from the minus second index portion. I'll be starting from minus second index portion. I'll pick up one more color. So I'll be starting from minus second index portion. I have to end with a -6. If you want to end with a -6, -6 will not be considered, -5 will be considered. So up to -5 I have to travel. So I'll be starting from here. Because of -1, step value -1, I'll be moving backward. Those who are not able to understand, please listen carefully. I have to move backward. Why I'm moving backward? Only because of reason the step is given as negative value. So I'll be moving backward. And after choosing the backward direction, and user is telling me to move only one step backward. So from R, if you're starting, I'll move backward, that is I. From I, I'll be moving one more step backward, that is P. From there, again, I'll be moving one more step, that is yes. So my output can be, for this, I'll write the output here. Output can be R, I, P, yes. Rips, we can tell. If you want to pronounce, it's going to be your rips. So hope everyone got this as your answer for the first print statement. And if you have any doubt on the first print statement, let me know. If not, like those who are listening very carefully, just post one in the chat. Just post one, sufficient. Mean for first print statement is over. No doubts, so that I can move to the second print statement. Okay, everyone don't have any doubt? Good. Now, we'll move on to the next explaining part. I'll erase those stuff. Okay, fine. So next, I'll choose a pen. Now, next print statement number 2, I have to start from the first index and ending is given as a empty and step is given as a 1, that too is given as a positive value. So positive value means for sure I have to move only forward direction. So from where I'll start from the first index position and ending is not given. So if ending is not given, up to the last character of my input I have to measure, and as well as the step is given as +1. So +1 is nothing but forward direction. So from N I'll be starting, I'll move on to the S, then P, then I, R, E. So I'll start with, in place of inspire, it will start with N. NSPIRE will be the output. So NSPIRE will be the output for the second print statement. If you're getting a clarity, please post 2 in the chat to move on to the third print statement. Okay, excellent. Good. So we'll move on to the third print statement. Actually, it is fourth print statement. Just skip this part. So third print statement is going to be 1, 8, and 2. So again a very simple task for us. Starting with a 1, ending is given as 8, so that I can consider up to 7. And step, understand the concept of step. It is given as 2. So 2 means it is a positive value only, but we have to take 2 steps forward because of positive value forward. Repeatedly, I'm telling this. Now, starting from the 1, measuring up to 8, 8 is nothing but my out of range. So that if it is out of range, also I'll tell you, sir, we have only 6th index position, but you are given 8th index position. Is it true? Index out of bound, error or exception will be thrown. We'll think like that. But according to the slicing, will not get anything like a bugs. If it is out of range also, I can take up to where I have. 6 means 6. No issue. Suppose, sir, when can I get what I said about the error? Exception will be thrown. So when can I get this exception part? Index out of bound. Error will be thrown when? That is, index error will be thrown when? Suppose when you're going with the indexing. Example, I'll show you with that. Hello is there. I have to access A of 1. Do we have A of 1? That is first next question. Yes, we have it. Because in the first next one, E is there. I'll print E. Now listen carefully. What if I print A of 10? I'm storing in the A variable. I'm writing as A of 10. Do we have 10th index question? 0, 1, 2, 3, up to 4 we have. We don't have 10. So what will be the output? This will show a index error. Why? Because it'll search for the 10th index position, but we don't have. Really, we don't have, right? So if you don't have, during that time, interpreter will show you as a index error. Even though I'll try to compare and show you so that you'll get a clarity. As of now, just hold this in a bit minute. We'll continue with here. So 1, 8, 8 is nothing but up to the last index I can consider, and I have to move 2 steps forward, we are telling. So from the N, I'll start. I'll move 2 steps forward means P, then one more 2 step forward, R. After that, if I'm moving 2 steps forward, I don't have any other character, right? So N, P, R will be the output. Did you get NPR? If yes, post 3 in the chat. Good. So up to here, everything is clear. Okay. Now, next is nothing but minus 3. I have to start from -3. and I have to reach 0 is given. -3 I have to start and I have to reach 0. Okay. Here, those who got the answer, post your answer in the chat. Make it as a number 4 and give your answer. Make it as a 4 and give the answer. And if you are not knowing, for example, this print statement, if you are confused and if you are stuck over here, please post with 4 with ND. Fourth print statement with ND. So here few clarity should be happen. We'll discuss it. Okay, everyone got the answer? Okay, ND, 2, 3 NDs. Okay, so here you have struct. Okay, cool, cool. I'll tell you about this. Okay, now just I'll try to erase few things. Just listen. It's not difficult and it's not easy also. Okay, it's like medium we can tell. We have to understand like how the concept is working. Just we have to understand it. So this I'll keep in a hold because I'll teach that what is that index error. When it will throw, I'll show you that. Now I'll take a look now. Now see here, I have to start from -3 and I have to end with a 0. Now if I'm starting from -3, is there any possible to reach 0? Possibilities are there. If you have a step value, suppose if you have -3, 0, then if you have a -1, for sure I'll be traveling from -3. That is I, P, S, N will be the output. Because 0 I cannot consider, so up to N will be considered because I can move backward because of this -1. Now in this point of view, -3 is going to be starting, 0 is going to be ending, and if step is given, step is not given. So if step is not given, by default +1 I said you in the yesterday session, if starting is not given, if start is not given, 0. If end is not given, up to the last character of your input. And if step is not given, by default +1 I said, hope everyone noted this point, +1. Now what happened? From -3, if you're moving +1, -3, if you're moving one step forward, I'll go to -2nd index portion. From there, if you're moving one step forward, I'll move to -1 index portion. Is that any possible to reach 0th index portion? Just tell me yes or no. Is that possible to reach 0? No. Answer is going to be no. There is no possibility. If no possibilities are there, because according to this I'm telling, according to this print statement, there is no possibilities. So if no possibilities, you will be getting a just a empty square bracket. I'll run and show you. Empty square bracket will be the output because there is no, from -3 if I'm starting, nothing is there to move towards the 0th index portion. I cannot move. There is no possibilities to reach 0th index portion because it is a positive value. Step is not given, so positive value. So it will be printing only the square bracket, empty square bracket, because nothing is there to print. Now in the fourth print statement, and is it clear for everyone? Did you understand what is happening in the fourth print statement? Those who posted as ND? Super. Okay. So Bhaskar sir is ready to post with 4. Nice. Okay. Hope you understood. Fine. Next we'll go with the final print statement. Starting is given as empty. If empty is given, what does that mean? I have to start from 0th index portion. I'll start from the 0th index portion. 4 is given. 4 I cannot consider. So up to 3 I'll be considering. 0 I'll start. I'll move on to the 1. I'll move to the 2. And I'll move on to the 3. So I, N, S, P. This will be the output. So your option is going to be D will be your answer. So option I have not given, but your answer is going to be this. So option D will be the answer. Yeah. Excellent. So even I'll run and will show you this code. So slicing is very, very easy. Starting when you're learning for the first time, you will feel difficult, but very interesting topic. You'll learn super and super. Just I'll align it. And see here, it's going to be empty here. Okay, so it's not printing square bracket because of a reason. Only thing is question just I have modified. Why? Because this is going to be the actual question. This is going to be the actual question, but I have not taught you something called as a list. Just we have started what is list. That's it. So that is why finally it is printing with a square bracket because of only reason we are converting here as a list. B we are converting as a list storing in the A. So just see the difference between these two, and I think so I'll write here only. I'll give you the answer for this question. Just see the difference. There is no big difference. What we discussed as it is there, but thing is one line is added here. So in place of storing this, I'm storing list of B. That's all. In place of storing directly B, I'm storing list of B. So if you everything will be with a square bracket. Everything will convert as a list because here itself my input is converting as a list. That is why I've showed you that D option. Don't think that you do not get the D option. Just see the elements alone. That is inspire, RIPS. See the element alone. You'll get as a string only. But the question I have twisted during morning is nothing but just I'm storing B in the A. B in the A. That's it. The actual question is nothing but we're converting B as a list. I did not send this question because of reason I did not teach you what is list. Hope you everyone got it. Now we'll move on to the next question. This is going to be the next question. And we'll discuss about this question. Here we are starting with a list, this fire bracket. Okay, so that is about the today's topic. So now in this fire bracket, if you're understanding this programming, today's topic will be completely easily. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, which indicates for the zeroth index position, first, second, third, fourth, and fifth index position. Now for in range 1, comma 6, storing, I'm using a for loop. So for in range, so what should be the I value? Anyone can you unmute and can you tell what should be the I value now? 1, because starting value is given as 1, right? So I'll start with a 1. Ending value is given as a 6. So up to 5, I can run my loop. Now, next, my list of I storing in my list of I minus 1. So in my list, because you are storing this value in my list. So in my, I'll give as a my list is equal to in that empty square bracket. Okay, I minus 1. So what is my I value? Understand what is my value? 1. 1 minus 1 will become 0. So in my list of in the zeroth index position, because 1 minus 1 is going to be 0. In the zeroth index position, what value previously it was? It was having 1. Now I have to update my list of I. What is my list of I? 2 is there because I value is nothing but 1. Just understand the concept. I value is going to be 1 here. So my list of I am giving. So I is nothing but 1 here. In the first index position, whatever is there, I'm storing in zeroth index position. So in the zeroth index position, we'll be having a value 2. Now again, loop will be continued with the next value. Right now, my I value will become 2. So in my second index position, what value is there? 3 is there. I'll select 3. I'll store in 2 minus 1. That is I value 2. So 2 minus 1 is going to be 1. So in the first index position, 3 will be stored. Next, 4 will be stored. Next, 5 will be stored. 6 will be stored. At last, also, I'll be having only 6. 6 will be stored. So all the values, that is 2, 3, 4, 5, double 6 will be there. And at last, I have to print that statements. So by using one more for loop, I'll print individual value with a comma. So what is in my list of I? we have, there is zeroth index position, what value is there? 2 is there. So 2 will be get printed with a space. Then 3 will be get printed with a space. 4, 5, 6, again one more time, 6 will be printed. Okay. Just take a screenshot. Hope it's a simple question to understand easily. I'll run and show you. This is going to be the output. So 2, 3, 4, 5, double 6. Now, after doing this, if you want to print, generally you're trying to print my list. My list. You can see the difference. I'm printing directly my list, it is printing with a square bracket because you're storing everything in the list. My list is nothing but list only square bracket. So I'll print with a square bracket. But when you're using a for loop, I'll try to remove that square bracket because you're focusing on individual element. My list of I, that is in the zeroth index position, what value is there? 2 is there. So you're focusing very clearly. There is 2, 3, 4, 5, double 6. Is it clear? Okay, so we are done with the assignment question. We'll continue with the list. List, our target is nothing but before 8 we should complete. We'll see how long we are trying to carry on, but our target is 8 o'clock. So exactly we can tell as 1 hour is there. So we should complete, focus on the target now. Now what is list which we had discussed yesterday? Anyone can you unmute? Or should I call any name? But if you have an interest, if you want to participate, just unmute and just tell what you learned in the list topic. Theory wise.
List can have heterogeneous data type
Hmm.
in them. Lists are mutable.
Mutable. Very good. 2 points. Excellent point. Any other point want to add from other side? Give an example for the list.
Uh,
Anyone? Yeah,
Comparing
Nick.
to array, list is more powerful because in array we can only can use an integer or a float, but in list we can use both integer, float like that and all.
Wonderful. Wonderful answer. Keep it up. Yes. So we have seen what is the advantage and what is the drawback we have in the array and what is the list advantage we have discussed. Now, so these are the 4 points. Sorry, 4 points we can tell with one example we have discussed in the yesterday session. Now we'll continue with the how to create a list. So just we'll recap what we discussed in the yesterday session. Collection of multiple data type. So in my list I can have a different data type. Array is nothing but collection of similar data type, have a difference like this. And it holds a multiple data type in the same time. I can do it. And list are mutable. If you want to change, I can change in any way. By using an indexing, I can change it. Now we are done with our thing. Next is nothing but you have to go with our creating a list. So how to create a list? Anyone? How to create a list? Very simple, square bracket. So representation, square representation is going to be your answer. So create a list in integer to print. So just we'll focus, don't want to note it out anything. Everything we know already. But we'll focus on the slides, what is happening here. So square bracket will be there for the list representation. Then I have to go with only with the integer value. Then 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, I'll be storing in num variable. And I have to print num. So what will be the output? 1, 2, 3, 4 alone will be the output, or 1, 2, 3, 4 with square bracket will be the output. Answer is going to be which square bracket will be the output. Because you're traveling with list topic, always that representation will be there for sure. So square bracket will be there. So in the options I may give, because when you take a last assessment test, I may give option A as 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. In the B option, I may give with a square bracket. So don't confuse, both will be similar, but according to the list topic, that square bracket will be there for sure in the output statement. Now, Okay, so sorry, just disconnected. Hope it is audible now. I think so. We'll continue with that. So create a list with a float. So what is float? Which has a floating value. So 12.5, 13.7, 45.6. I'm giving in the square bracket. I'm storing in the NUM. I have to print that NUM. Output is going to be as it is. So 12.5, 13.7, 45.6 will be the output. Yeah. Now creating a list with help of the character. Character means we don't think that we have a data type called as a character. We don't have that data type called as a character, but character representation we can give inside the square bracket. So inside the square bracket, you will be giving with a B C with a single quotes. So if you have a single quote, it is going to be representation of character. It's not a data type because in the Python programming language we don't have character data type. Only string is there. Now if you want to print, I'll print with a ABCD with a single quote with a square bracket will be there. And most important thing, just understand, don't think that it will print only ABCD. It will print ABCD with single quotes. Why? Because it is a representation of string. And if you have a double quotation also, my output will be like a single quotes only. So return type of double quote is going to be single type. I'll show you that also. Now see here, creating a list in string and you have to print it. So we have stg is equal to Python comma lists are there. And I'm giving Python and list in the square bracket. I'm given a double quotation. When you're going with a double quotation, when I want to print in the output screen, it won't print double quotation. It will print single quotation. This thing you have to remember. Why it is printing with a single quote? Because nothing but according to the interpreter, single quotes means it is going to be string only. So it is like a other way to represent a string. That is double quotation. I said you for the single time, for thrice, double quotation for three times. So this everything is nothing but a backup method, which we can understand. That's all. Okay. But always interpreter will understand in a only one way that if you're giving single quote also, my output is going to be single quote. If you're giving a double quote also, my output will be with a single quotes. Remember this point, and I'll show you with an example now. Because here you will confuse and you will have some questions. I'll make a clarity. Suppose I'm giving as a graph and I'll give as a mesh. And I have to print variable a. And see here very clearly, even though we are given in a double quotation, it is printing with a single quote because return type is going to be string. String means single quote only. In other programming language, string means double quote. But here, you can see here, sorry, it's not about the list because we have to go with individual value. Sorry for that. We can measure as a of 0. So now you'll be getting as str. Why? Because I have by mistake I wrote like this. Type of variable A. So type of variable A is nothing but list only because we have a square bracket. The square bracket belongs to A variable. But now I have to find the type of this PARA alone. So it is in the double quotation. So the answer is going to be STR. So what if I given the single quotes? You may ask that out also. So because of double quotation, you're showing me answer as a string. What if it is a single quote? Answer again same. There is no issue. And see here, it is going to be str. So list is showing because of we are measuring the type of A. Yep. Now, next, suppose we have A equal to, what if I'm giving as a single quote for 3 times? I'm giving as PARA and I'm trying to print A, this I'm trying to print A. So listen carefully. When I'm printing A, do you think 3 single quotes will be printed? You can see here, no. Only one quotes. Because interpreter can understand that string means single quote over. It won't worry about the backup methods. So this is how it works. So hope up to here it is clear. Next, creating a list with combination of elements. So if you want to go with a different elements also, we can go like that. So now 1 comma 12.5 a comma Python is there. So I have to print that mix. I'm storing in the variable mix. So I'm printing that mix variable. So mix is nothing but you will be having as a test, but Python alone will be in the single quotes. Other than that, everything is going to be same as it is, but Python alone will be the single quote because string representation. Yeah. Now that's it. So now this about the list. Now very simple. We have completed. Now in the array we have one dimensional array, two dimensional array. So one dimensional array means you'll be having only one square bracket. Just I'm comparing with other programming language. One bracket you'll be having, and you'll be having two dimensional array, or you can tell as a multi-dimensional array. It's up to you. So if you have only one square bracket, that is nothing but belongs to the size. In the C programming language, we can tell as it as a size. A of or array of 5 we are telling, semicolon. So array of 5 is nothing but 5 is a memory size. So 5 block of memory will be created. Now, if you want to go with the two-dimensional array, there is row wise and column wise. So you will be having a row here. Into you will be having a column will be there. So this is about the two-dimensional array representation, or you can tell as a multi-dimensional array representation. But what about the list? Can we do this? You set about the size. There is nothing but dynamically we can go with a Python. So there is no issue with the memory. So if you're giving us 100 input also, I can accept 100 input without declaring the size. But what about two-dimensional array? That is what next topic. List within list. There you're telling us a two-dimensional array. Here we'll be telling as a list within list. So inside the list, you'll be having one more list. That is called as list within list. So how to represent that bracket? By using like this. So in the C programming language, you'll represent different bracket like this. Row into column. Like this will be the. Please have a comparison like this. If you don't know the language, no issue at all. So you're learning for the first time, no issue, go with the standard level. But if you have a knowledge about previous or any other language, have a comparison. Now, so here a list within list. So this is going to be the first list. Inside this first list, you will be having one more list. That's it. Close it. Very simple to remember. And outside bracket is called as what? Outside bracket, because some name representation will be there. This bracket you're telling as a row. This square bracket you're telling as a column. So now if you're writing as list within list, even for this list within list, we should have a name. So what is that square bracket? Outer square bracket, which I have selected with the red color, that square bracket is mean for what? That square bracket is mean for parent list. Square bracket means list, or you can tell as array. So outside bracket is called as a parent list. If it is outside bracket, if it is a parent list, what should be the inside bracket? You post your answer in the chat. Let me see how many people are good knowledge. Excellent. Everyone can answer it. So if it is a parent list, obviously, excellent, excellent. I know that batch 8 are excellent learners. Now, that is nothing but parent list and child list. So how to represent it? With example, we'll discuss. So now if you got a clarity about this, now we'll go with example. This is going to be the example. So now x equal to outside, because one parent can have one children, or one parent can have two children, one parent can have three children. And suppose you have to go with the generation wise. My grandparents have a parent, sorry, children. There is nothing but my parents. My parents has a children, that is me, and I'll be having a children, and he will be having one more family. So generation wise it follows. So like this, there is no restriction to follow any brackets. These are the two representations. Either you can go with the family wise, okay, or one family, one parent has different children. I can represent like this, or one parent has only one child, so I can go like in this bracket. So see the representation difference. So this is how you'll be getting clarity. And this bracket you'll be learning in the advanced topics in NumPy, NUMPY, numeric Python. So here only you'll be dealing with a dimensional wise, one dimensional, two dimensional, three dimensional, four dimensional, 5, 6, 7, 8, even up to 100, up to n dimensional. You'll be discussing in the advanced topic, that is numeric Python used to tell, NumPy used to tell. Yeah, there we'll be discussing in depth. Now just we'll see the overview of it. Now inside the bracket, inside the first parent bracket, I'll be giving one more bracket, that is with a representation 1 comma 2, and one more child with has a name with a comma b. That's it, over. Now I have to print x. What will be the output? As it is. So as it is will be, we are going with a square bracket. So list within list. So 1 comma 2 will be in the one list. We can tell this is going to be the parent list. This is going to be the 0th next portion. And first next portion is going to be a comma b. So if you want to print only 0, that is also possible. If you want to print only 2, it's also possible. That is what the next topic we'll discuss one by one. How to access the two-dimensional array, how to access the one-dimensional array. We'll discuss that. Now, accessing the element list. How to access the list by using indexing. Very simple. Now we'll go with a, just make an assumption like this being one dimensional. Because one square bracket, if you have, that is called as a one dimensional in Python programming language. If you have a two bracket, that is called as a two dimensional array. If you have a three bracket, then it's going to be three dimensional array, etc., etc., etc. So now, can we tell this line as belongs to the one dimensional array? Now, how to access one dimensional array? Very simple. Variable of index. That is a of 0. So what is a of 0? Just give a quick response in chat. What is a of 0? Very good. So a of 0 is going to be 1. Output is going to be 1. 1 with square bracket or only 1 will be get printed. Here you will be having confusion. A of 0 I'm printing. It will print 1 with a square bracket or only 1 will be get printed. Don't see this output. It might be wrong also. Don't see this. You tell your suggestion. If you get this kind of question in the interview, will you choose option 1 or 1 with a square bracket? If you make a mistake, also no issue. Just speak frankly because this is what I know. Accept it. Okay, with square bracket, with square bracket. So only baby Sindhu is giving life, only 1 will be get printed. Excellent. 3, 4 response. Okay, we'll discuss. Okay, so now answer is going to be only 1 will be the output. What I displayed is right answer. Only 1 will be the printed. Why it is printing only 1? You might have a raising a question. I'll tell you for that clarity. There's nothing but indexing. Indexing means I can access only one value, right? Understand the concept. If you want to access only one value, because for example, yesterday I said, if you have input called as a Python, if you want to print only n, will you go with the slicing? You can go with the slicing, but is it necessary to go with the slicing? Just I can write as a of minus 1, sufficient. I'll store in the a variable, a of minus 1. I'll get n only. So understand one thing, a of 0, it is nothing but only, oh, it is asking only for only one value. You're requesting only for one value, that is a of 0 alone. So if you're requesting only for the one value, only actual value will be printed. There is only one will be printed, not with a square bracket. Indexing means only value. Slicing means square bracket. Representation is going to be square bracket because starting and ending. So you have to go with a range property. So starting and ending. Here we don't have anything like a starting and ending. So directly we can approach with a direct value 1. So now a of 1. What is a of 1? 12.5 or 12.5 is a square bracket. Exactly. Super. Wonderful. So 12.5 alone will be the output because there is no square bracket because you're going with the indexing part. So 12.5 will be the output. Now a of 2. So what is a of 2? A. A with a square bracket or only a or a with a single quotes. Choose the answer. For sure, I think so. This will not be the answer because we are going with indexing. Either it should be here or this one. Very good. A with a single quote will be there because A, if you're printing only A, problem, I'll tell you the problem. Representation is very important. See here, because of indexing, the representation is not needed. So you are going with a proper representation already. You're not meaning for anything like a list. So A of 2 just you're telling. So what is the actual value for it? My actual value is going to be A. So representation already done. I don't want to worry about the representation. It is main. Representation is main. But already you are telling it is a string only. There is no worry about it. So I can print only A. And if you are going with the second last output also A of 3 I'm telling. A of 3 already it is represented as string. So when I'm printing with indexing, I don't want to worry. Suppose if you have a slicing, print A of starting is empty, ending is empty. Step is also empty. Everything is empty. If everything is empty, what should be the answer? Answer should be the answer because starting is not given, so 0. Ending is not given, so by default, at end of the value, if step is not given, +1. So you can see here, now you will be having that representation. A with a single quotes, Python with a single quote because it is a list. So this belongs to integer, this belongs to float, this belongs to string. So to denote this multiple data type, you have to go with the representation. Representation is important for the slicing. Indexing means direct value. Direct value. I'll pose this question in the chat. Have this. Okay, next, negative accessing. So how to go with the negative accessing? Very simple. Just we'll make quick. So A of -1. So what is A of -1? Python. So it will print directly Python, no more single quotes because indexing. A of -2, A will be get printed. A of -3, 12.5 will be get printed. A of -4, 1 will be get printed. Now come to the same picture. Come to the same picture of this question. Just I'll copy this list. I'll paste over here. I have to print A of 10 and I have to print A of -8. For sure, these both indexing question is not there for us. Is it there or not? We don't have right. N is not there. So what will be the output? There is what the in the slide I showed you that. So answer is going to be index error. So list index out of range. These kind of bugs will be thrown. So answer is going to be index error. And what is the meaning of index error? Also, I have telling you that index out of range will be thrown because my index we have up to 0, 1, 2, 3. That's it. -1, -2, -3, -4. This is going to be my boundary. But you're asking out of my boundary. So that is why index out of range. So even this you can note it out. That's it. So that's about the list. It's maximum over. List is over. Now, range of elements. So if it is if you want to go with the range of element, we have to go with the slicing. That's it. Yeah. Now, just make up fast. Those who are very strong in the slicing and hope you want to try more in the slicing, you can carry out this all the questions. So make it fast. Type and share your answer in the chat. So empty starting is given as empty and ending is given as a 2. So what should be the output? Leave about the square bracket because of slicing for sure square bracket will be there, so don't worry about that. Just type only the answers. Only one will be printed or 1 comma 12.5 will be get printed or A or Python. If you want to unmute and if you want to speak also, it's up to you. Open talk. You can try for all the questions if you are willing. What is the answer for this print statement? Still now no response. Good. So 1 comma 12.5 will be the output. 12 comma, because why? Because your starting is not given. If your starting is not given, it will be starting with zeroth index position, right? 0, 1, 2 is given. So 2 I'll not be considering. So up to 1 I'll be considering. So 0 comma 1. So 1 comma 12.5 will be the output. Next 1 comma 2 I will agree. 1 comma 2 means starting from 1 ending with a 2. Good. So only 12.5 will be the output with square bracket. Understand, with square bracket. As I've already said, don't want to print square bracket, so leave it. But have a understanding that square bracket also will be there because of list slicing. Next, 0 is to 2. So start with a 0, end with a 2 is given. So 2 means for sure answer is going to be 1 comma 12.5, which we discussed already. Next, starting from the first index portion and ending is not given. So if it is not given, from here I'll go up to my last value. So 12.5 comma a comma Python will be the output. Just listen. Don't want to type and send me. Just from here, just listen. Slicing in list. So I'll give as empty minus 4. So empty means I have to start from 0th index portion. Ending is not given. So up to here I should consider it. And 4 is given. 4 step means this 4 is going to be negative or positive. It is a positive. Then I have to move 4 step forward only. So from here, if I'm moving 4 step forward, that is 1 step, 2 step, 3 step, 4th step, I'll be reaching, but I don't have any value here, right? I don't have any value here. So if that is the case, what will be the output? Only 1 will be the output because there is no next chance to print my inputs. There is no value to print. So I'll stop there. So 1 will be the output. Next, we're going with the empty minus, sorry, empty plus 1 you're going. So this is very simple for everyone. I'll start from here. I'll end here. And I have to move how many steps? 1 step forward. So 1 will be printed. 12.5 will be get printed. A will be get printed. Then Python. So your entire list will be printed with square bracket. I'll write over here with a square bracket for sure. Next, we'll be having empty 3 is given. 3 is nothing but 3 step forward after move you're telling. So from here, if you are starting and if you're moving 3 step forward, so 1 step, 2 step, and 3rd step. In the 3rd step, I have a Python. So output is going to be 1 comma Python will be there with square bracket. When I'm displaying the question, just you realize the right answer. Don't want to chat, like don't want to text and shame me. Just you judge yourself whether you're able to answer or not. Now, now this is going to be a wonderful question, placement question we can tell. Everyone should answer for this. Must. Even if you're taking up to 8:15 also, no worries. But you have to give the answer for this. Make it fast. Empty step is given as 0. Don't compile. Give your own answer. If you're making mistake also, I'm ready to help you out. But don't compile and verify the answer. Later on, we'll do it. I'll compare and show you. That is my duty to compare and show you. You don't do that. You give your answer a lot. Sufficient. One response. So entire list will be get printed. Very good. Vedant is giving with a response. Okay, explanation also. Nice. Fine. So answer is going to be error will be thrown. Error will be thrown. Why it is error? I'll tell you with the reason. Step. Remember that step cannot be step can be positive value, it can be negative value, but zero is not going to be possible. If you're giving step value as a zero, interpreter how he will be moving. If you're giving positive value, if you're giving positive value, I can move forward. If you're giving negative value, I can move backward. If you're not giving anything, also I can move forward. These are the ways we have it. But if you're giving as zero, what does it mean? I cannot do anything. That's what it means. So always interpreter will show us a box will be thrown. So remember that step position cannot hold a value 0. Empty, I'll give as a 0. You can see here value error will be thrown. Just learn the errors. What are the errors I'm displaying one by one? Learn, write all the errors. Nearly, I think so. We have discussed 6 errors up to now. As of my knowledge, we have discussed 6 errors. It can be more also. Okay. Write like this. Index error we have seen, indentation error we have seen, in a syntax error we have seen, value error, many things like this we have discussed. Now, slice step cannot be 0. Remember this reason also. You will be getting the error called as a value error. And what is the reason for that? Slice step cannot be 0. So it can have negative value, or it can have positive value, or it can be empty also. Empty is possible. These three only is going to be the possibilities we, but 0 we cannot do. Remember that error. Hope up to here no one have a doubt. If no one have a doubt, can you post clear in the chat? Up to now it is clear. If it is that, just put clear. If not, post me whatever doubt you have. Okay, super. Then it's time to continue. Almost we have done it. So topic is over. So next is nothing but minus 4. We are starting with a minus 4. So what is minus 4? So you'll be having minus 1 here, minus 2 here, minus 3 and minus 4. So minus 4 means it is representing here. So I'll start with a minus 4 and ending is not given, tip is given as a empty. So from here everything will be get printed. So 1 comma 12.5 a comma Python will be the output. Because starting is minus 4 here, ending is not given, up to the last I should consider it, and if step is not given, by default I have to move plus 1. Remember this. Okay. Next, this directly I'm giving as minus 3. So this is nothing but direct accessing. You're throwing it directly, direct value. So what is in the third index position? Sorry, minus third index position. We have 12.5. So answer will be just 12.5, no square brackets. Only 12.5 will be the output. Now, so predict the output for this. 1, 5, and 2. Predict the output for this. Index error. In the slicing, we don't have anything like an index error. Slicing will not throw anything like index error. And you may ask, just now you showed me as index error. When it can show index error? When you have a out of range. That is only you're accessing A of 10, like that. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up to here I have to measure, but 4, 5 is not there. Okay, so it doesn't mean that there's an index error. My starting is there. From starting, I can go up to the Python. So slicing will not give anything like a index error. Even this, you can note it out this point. Slicing cannot give index error. It gives some value. If you're in place of one, sorry, if in place of five, if you're giving us 500 also, there is no issue. If you're giving us 1500 also, no issue. If you're giving us a 5 lakh also, there is no issue. I'll be getting the output. So from the first index, I'll start because of I have to start from one. Ending is given as a 5. I have to go up to here and I have to move how many steps forward? 2 steps. So from 12.5, we're moving 2 steps forward. Next is going to be Python. So 12.5 comma Python will be output with a square bracket because of slicing square bracket. Now, next question. 1 is to 2 is to 3. Try now. Give the right answer. Give try for all the question or at least note it out. Take a screenshot. At least note it out. Yes. Any response? Good. Siddhant, good. Anish, Prativa, Bhaskar. Good. Yes, exactly. Rocking people. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So I have to start from 0, sorry, first index position and ending is given as a 2. 2 means I cannot consider 2, only up to 1 I'll be considering and I have to move 3 steps forward, I'm telling. So my starting also will be in 12.5, ending also will be in 12.5. That is first index position. So answer is going to be 12.5 with square bracket. Yeah. Now, next, operations in list. So operations in list is something quite very simple. If you want to print 0 for 5 times, so like a 0, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0, comma 0, like this, if you want to print for 5 times, just you can write like this. So 0 right in the square bracket into 5. Suppose if you have not getting a clarity, I'll show with one more example based on the string. I not teach you, but I'll teach you now. Suppose we have a name called as Anish. Anish, I have to print. I have to print Anish for 5 times. So how can I print for Anish for 5 times? I can use a loop. So for I in range, start with a 0, print for 5 times. So 0 to 4 means 5 times I can print. So print my value A. So I can print Anish for 5 times. So if I'm using a for loop, my complexity, time complexity is going to be big of n. We have two things. Time complexity is there and space complexity we have in the Python, like all the programming language, not only Python, every programming language has this. So this time complexity of this code is going to be big O of n. So to print a niche for 5 times, we are using a loop. And if you want to print a niche for 8 times, yes, I can do it easily by using looping. Without using looping, how it is possible to print a niche for 5 times? Can I write like this? Suppose I'm writing Anish, Anish. Again, I'm writing Anish. Again, I'm writing Anish. Again, I'm writing Anish, Anish. So every time I'm writing and I'm trying to print A. So is that efficient way? And is this right way to approach? No, we cannot do it. And for this, what can I do? Nothing but just you can give like whatever name you're telling. That is, I'm telling as a Anish. I have to print for how many times? Into 5 times. You can see here, I'll be printing for 5 times. Suppose if you want to print for 10 times, I can give like this. I can print for 10 times. And if you want to print for 3 times, I can give into 3 times. Yeah, but problem is nothing but you'll not get in this part of alignment. You can print your name for 3 times, thrice. That's it. There is no biggest alignment or nothing. If you want to do alignment, yes, you can do it. But possibility is nothing but you have to go with the loop only again. Hope you got it. Now, same thing in this question, we have a list bracket is there. So we have in place of string, we are giving as a list. So inside the list, I'm giving Anish. Have to multiply this for 5 times. Suppose I'll give as a print A. You can see here Anish is getting printed for 5 times. Yeah, so 1 time, 2 time, 3 time. Same if we want to print for twice, you can print for twice. But representation is going to be list because you are storing in the list. Hope you are able to understand what is happening here. That is what the this operations in list. So 0 into 5, my output is going to be 0 0 0 0 for 5 times. And here it is printing 2 brackets. Just observe very carefully, it is printing 2 brackets. Can we tell it as a 2-dimensional array? Yeah. And why it is printing 2 times? Because in the print statement, we are using one more bracket. We are not printing only print A. We are printing print A with one more bracket I'm adding. I'm making this as a one list. So see the difference. So same input, I'll print with A with a square bracket. See the difference. Both are Anish and Anish. 2 times only is getting printed. But what is the two way of representation? So here I'm going with only 1-dimensional array. Here you're going with a 2-dimensional array. Because here you have represented one bracket. And suppose you give one more bracket here. One more bracket you're giving. Like 2 brackets including the 3 brackets. You can see here 3 brackets. 1, 2, and 3. That's it. Now, letter is equal to A, comma B, comma C, comma D, and STG is equal to Python, comma list. So we have a 2 different lists, and I'm concatenating. So I think so. Once again, I think the Surya has same doubt or doubt. I think so. I'll take Surya's chat. Okay. Same thing. Jai Surya was asking same, but during that I'm not able to reply. But I'll Jai Surya, I think so you are in the session. I'll give answer for that. Now, here what happens? So two different lists, storing in 2 different variables. Now I have to make it as a one list. 2 different lists is there. I should make it as a one list. Then if you want to make it as a one list by using plus. Plus is nothing but concatenation used to tell in the programming language. Plus indicates what? Concatenation. Plus is it won't add because 5 plus 5 it will add. Suppose you're giving as a 5 plus 5 it will add, but we are not telling about 5 plus 5. We are discussing about what? Different variables. Variable plus variable. There's a value plus value. There's a variable plus variable. So if you're giving as a variable plus b variable, will I get output as ab? No. Will it add ab? No. It will try to concatenate both the strings or values. So that's why I'm giving a variable name as conc, and I have to print that conc. The answer is going to be 2 different lists. We are concatenating as a one list. A, B, C, D is a one list. Python comma list is another list. These two are concatenated. Is it perfect? Now, next I have to print a, this is what I'm telling, Python. Python is a string. I'm converting as a list. So what happens? This Python is a string. This will be converted as a list. List is a function, inbuilt function, or we can tell as a method list. So my Python will be with a square bracket. So P separately, Y separately, T, H, O, N, everything will be in the single quotes with a square bracket. This is what the output. This is what the output. Hope up to here is perfect now. Okay. So if you have any doubt, let me know. If not, just post one more time clear in the chat so that we'll move to the next topic. Once more. Okay. One more time. Pluses for concatenation, sir. Suppose I have name called as VH8. Yes, alone I'm giving in the A variable. B I'm storing in the, sorry for splitting your name like this. Okay, to make you understand this, I'm going with your name. Now, BHAS and KAR. This is going to be your full name, but I'm splitting as BHA alone one, and KAR is going to be one more variable. Now, if you want to print A alone, I'll print BHAS. And if you want to print only B, I'll print only KAR. But user requirement is nothing that I should not print like this. I should print output called as Bhaskar. I have to print like this. How it is possible? By using concatenation plus. That's it. So how to concatenate A variable plus B variable? So now I'll be getting answer as Bhaskar. Plus indicates for joining, concatenating. Is it clear now? Super. Okay. So now we'll move on to the list methods. Methods in list. What are the methods we have? So from the list, if you want to find the maximum value, minimum value, if you want to take a sum of value, or if you want to take an average of the list, everything is very, very easily you can do it. Now, see here, 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, I'm storing in the num. So I have to print num. So what is going to be the output? 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma, sorry, up to 4 will be get printed. Now, append is there. Append is nothing but I have to add. Append is a method, inbuilt method. First method, just listen carefully, append. Append is a method, and it will be added. So append is nothing but adding an element to the list. Where it will be added? It will be added at the last. Remember this point, append can happen at the last. So 1, 2, 3, 4 already it is there. Now I'm appending a value 6, so that next value will become 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 6 will be the output. Append. So make a one more method in the list. Already yesterday in the string we have discussed many methods, and include with this also list. In the list, first method is going to be, and in the list itself we have a list method we have discussed. So make it as a first method. Second method, make it as an append. Append is nothing but add. So to add an entire list, we can go like a extend. To add an entire list, two lists I have to add it. Then I can go with the extend. Append and extend has the same thing. Same similarity will be there, but in the interview they'll ask what is the difference between append and extend. Both is going to be definition you can learn as add. It will add the element. But then what is the huge difference of these two things? If it is both are giving add as a element, then I can use only one method, right? Why should I learn two methods? Nothing but both has a different meaning. Append is nothing but it will be added at the last, and it can happen only individual element. If you want to append three element like 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4 is my first list. After this, I have to add 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4. In the same time, I have to add 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not possible with help of append. I can give like variable dot append 6 separately. Next time I can give 7. Next time I can give 8. Next time I can give 9. So individual element only is possible with help of append. But when you're going with the extend method, even this will be added at the last only. But it can add more elements like this. You can see here Python I'm giving. After Python, if you want to add 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5, comma 6, comma 7, comma 8, whatever values there, it will be added. Append means it will be happen at the last, and it can happen or it can take only one value as a parameter, not list of values. But extend can take list of values, more than one values. So your answer is going to be 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma, and Python will be the output. And after this, if you're adding also, no issue, you can do it. I'll show with that also. After this Python, just I'll try to put as my name. And see here, I can do it. Now suppose you're giving a append method. So I'll take that append example also, then I'll show you the what difference I'm doing from append. I can get output like this. Now, like append, I'm trying to append more than one value. Suppose I'm giving a 6, 7, 8, 9, I have to append. You can see here, type error will be thrown. Why? Because append takes exactly one argument, but you are given four. See the meaning of that error also, and you have learned one more error. Actually, you have learned already six. 6 plus 1 added as a seventh error, type error. When can I get a type error? Because my append can take, my append is a method, it can take, or a function we can tell. Append is a function, inbuilt function. It can take exactly one argument, only one value, but you're giving more than one value. That is what they are telling. So 4 you have given, I cannot accept it. Suppose you're storing in the list. So you may think like this. So A is equal to, I'm giving as 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma, or I can give like 7, comma 6, comma 5. Suppose I'm giving like this. In place of here, I'm passing variable A. Can I give like this? Now there is no issue because append can take only one argument, not multiple argument. But problem is you will be getting a list within list only. You will not get one list. See the extent. The extent means you're extending your property. Already I have one house. With that house, if I want to construct the second floor, I can take a first or second floor with extending of that. And if you want to extend the parking areas, yes, you can extend with your own property. Don't want to buy something like new. But when you're going to the append, you are adding something. So that list will be different and inner list will be different. Two brackets will be there. See the difference. Here than this, I cannot make you clear. Hope it is. I'm happy that I'm making you clear. Spending much time for individual things, but okay. Finally, you are happy with the training. No issue. But none, I think so, will teach like in depth like this. Extend means what they'll tell. They'll close it. Take any course. You take any course. Either you take uh, analytics Vidya course, or even if you take Udemy or whatever might be there, I think so. This much they won't teach in depth. They'll teach in a better way. I'm not telling. I am the teaching in better way. They'll teach in a better way also. But thing is, they won't teach in depth like this. With this less payment, to be frank. Yeah. Fine. So next is nothing but to add between the list. How to add between the list? So we can go with the insert. So the extend we have discussed, append we have discussed. Third method is nothing but insert. Insert is nothing but it can have, sorry, insert should have two parameters because in between you are inserting. Suppose I have 1, comma 2, comma 4, comma 5, and I have to insert a value 3 here. So value is 3. In which index position I should give? So this 4 indicates for index. In which index position you have to insert value 4? So in the fourth index position, I have to insert a value list. So 4 is nothing but index, list is nothing but value. So you are giving a place, and in that place, what you have to place, which value, even that you are representing. So insert has two parameters. 4 is nothing but choosing which index or which place. List is nothing but a value. Second parameter is going to be a value. Yeah. So 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma Python will be there. This is my up to here. After extending up to here, I'll be having only this value. Now in the fourth index position, 0, 1, 2, 3. In the fourth index position, I have to add a value list. So already 1, 2, 3, I have not made any changes. But in the fourth index position, Python is there, but now I have to insert a value list. So if you're inserting a value list, after that, this in this fourth position, I was having Python previously, that will be shifted to the fifth index position. So my final list will be like this: 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma list, comma Python. So because in that position, if you're inserting new value, whatever it is there in the previous value, that will be shifted to the next position. Yeah, that's about the insert. Fine. Now, next, how to remove the element in the list. So now we have a value like 1, comma 2, comma 3 comma 4 comma 5 is there, I should remove a value 3. It's like unwanted to me, I should remove it. So how to remove element in the list? By using remove method. So now if you take this input, 1 comma 2 comma 3 comma 4 is going to be stored in the NUM, Python storing in the stg, and I'm extending, I'm printing that NUM. So output is going to be up to 1 to Python will be there. Now if you want to remove directly, we have a method called as a remove method. Very simple to remember also, and easy to learn very quickly. If you want to delete some element or remove some element, directly we can go with the remove. Remove 4. So remove 4 means, you may ask a doubt one more thing. So you're giving a remove 4, whether from this list 4 will be removed, that is value 4 will be removed, or index position 4 will be removed. 0, 1, 2, 3, fourth index position is there. So now Python will be removed or 4 will be removed. Value I'm telling. Index will be removed or value will be removed. This is what the confusion every beginner of Python learner will have this confusion. Okay, so very simple. When you're giving remove 4, what should I remove? So from this people, for example, we in our session we have nearly 14 to 15 joinees there. Suppose just make assumption. Now I have to remove a name called as myself. I have to remove the Inspire Softtext solution. I do not remove any user learners. I have to remove myself. Can I remove? Possible. So I should select that candidate I have to remove. So direct value will be deleted. Remove means what value? Not a, it won't represent the index. What value I have to remove? That's it. I have to remove Paramage. Remove him directly. I need a value. That's it. That value should be removed. So remove 4. So 4 means don't confuse. That is what this question will learn. Make a sense. Clear? Whether it will be remove the fourth index position or value 4. Value 4 will be removed. Yeah. Next, sort. So you have to sort it. So now suppose you are giving an input called as 5, 1, 2, 4, and 3. Is it in a sorted order? No. So I have to get an output called as 1, comma 2, comma 3, comma 4, comma 5 as my output. Sorted order I have to get. Either you can go with the value or character wise, no issue. So now you can see your alphabetical order is there. Z, Y, F, A, B. Do you think is it in a proper alphabetical order? No. So if you want to get an output called as A, B, C, etc. in a proper order, then we can go with a dot sort method. Sort is a method to sort everything in a order. Output is going to be A, comma B, comma F, comma Y, comma Z. Now suppose if you have a value like numbers. Okay, cross 8 o'clock. Okay, fine, no issue. We'll do it. Okay, so Aram side, no issue, we'll do it. Suppose we have 1, comma 5, comma 2, comma 4, comma 3 is there. Is it in a proper number? No. So, but when I'm using a sort method, you can see everything is in the order. Now I'll show you before sorting what will be the output. As everyone knows, but I'll show you. So before sorting, my actual value will be as it is. But after sorting, my value will be like this. Clear? That's about the sort. Next method is nothing but length method. Now, if you want to find the, already we have discussed about the length method to find the length of my string. Suppose I have input called as a paramage. So my length of my name is going to be 8. 8 is going to be the output. Now we have 9, 17, 14, 4, 90, 50. So what is the length of this list? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So answer is going to be 6. It takes the length of the list. Now next is nothing but minimum. From this list, you have to find the minimum value, the small value you have to find. Greatest of 3 numbers, greatest of small numbers. If you have greatest of 5 numbers, if you want to find, what we'll do, we'll try to compare first value with the second value with the third value, or first value, you'll try to compare like this. Many people will write a program like greatest of 3 numbers. Suppose I give a greatest number like 10, 15, and 5. So what is the greatest number here? 15 is going to be greatest number. A value, suppose take A, B, C. A I'll compare with a B. Again, A I'll compare with a C. If like A greater than B and logical and in the Python we can write as A and B. In the C we can write as logical and A greater than C. Variable I'm telling. So if this condition is getting true, obviously I can tell A is going to be the greatest number. Among 3, A variable has a large number. Suppose if it is failure, I'll check with a B greater than C. So 15 is greater than C. Obviously, condition is true. Then B is going to be greater. So I can filter it. So now, what if you have 100 people? Out of 100 people, you have to find a greatest number. Is it possible to compare A variable with remaining 99 variable? No, it's not efficient. It's not an efficient way also, right? So for that only we are learning a next call as inbuilt function called as a min. If you have 100 value also, out of 100 value, if you want to choose which is the minimum value, I can use a method or a function called as a min. Min indicates for to choose the minimum value among your entire list of values. So 9, 17, 14, 4, 90, and 55 is there, which is the smallest value here. 4 is the minimum value. So my answer is going to be 4. That's all. And if you want to find the greatest value, now you tell the answer. For sure, you'll be telling the answer. If you want to find the minimum value, if I want to go with the min, if you want to find the max, my inbuilt function should be max. Excellent. That's it. So max will be the answer. So max with that bracket is very important. So now max. So from this list, which has a maximum value? 55. Sorry, 90. The answer is going to be 10. Now, you may ask one more doubt. So what if you want to find the second largest number? My largest number, I can go with the max. I'll be clearly can understand that by using a max, I can find the maximum value. What if I want to find the second largest number? So from this list, first largest number is going to be 90. Second is going to be 50. So how can I print 50? Sorry, 55. Okay, this is going to be your task. Very simple. Nothing is there. Already we have discussed. If you just observe the previous and all those stuff, you can do it very easily. Make it as a assignment question. Do it, and tomorrow you only should wantedly post your answer in the group or when session is started. Tell this point. If I'll forward for sure. If I'm remembering also, I won't tell the answer for this. If you someone started to tell this answers, then I'll tell you the right answer. How to filter the second largest number or a third largest number or a second smallest number or a third smallest number, what might be there. We can do it very simple way, but I'll give as an assignment, try. You try because everything from teaching, what you will do it. Question mark. Fine for that. Next is nothing but sum. So if you want to find the sum of your list, add. You have to take an average, or if you want to take only the sum. So how will you find the average? Sum of all the values divided by length of width. So sum of A is nothing but it will add all the values. So 9 plus 17 plus 14 plus 4 plus 90 plus 55. If you add all this stuff, you'll be getting answer as 199. And if you want to take an average, how will you take an average? By using AVG method. Do we have anything like AVG? No. So for doing the average or to find the average, sum of variable A divided by length of A. Can we do like this to find the average? Because sum of A is nothing but 189. What is the length of A? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So 6. 189 divided by 6, you will be getting your answer. Okay. And so you might think like, so do we have AVG method or average? Something like this. I'll show with the error what kind of things will be thrown. So sum is fine, and I have to find AVG, AVG of a variable. Name error. So write this error also. I think so. Already we have discussed about this name error because when you're going with a which is not in my method. So int I have showed with int, capital int, small int also I have showed you the difference in the first or second class, I think so. So name error we have discussed already, but if you're not wrote or if you are forgot, no issue, this is the right time to write this error. Name error because AVG is not defined. What is this? AVG is taking as a variable here. It's not a method. Can I write as average? I write as average, not possible. So what our thing is, we don't have any method called as a average. So to find the average, only possible, you have to write like sum of A divided by length of A. Now you can see that green color. If you have that green color stuff, for sure it is a valid method. So 31.5 will be the output. Suppose if you want to get output call as only 31, then use a double slash. So you'll be getting answer as 31 alone. to 31. So that's about the thing. You can see here length and divided by, sorry, sum divided by length. So I'll be getting answer as 31.5. If you want to get 31, that is integer value, then you can go with the double slash. Now you're done with the list. We'll go with the predict the output. So this question I'll give you as a assignment. Take it as assignment. Post immediately in the WhatsApp group. So who can do it? I'll go with Jai Surya. Jai Surya, take a screenshot and post in the group with denoting with the assignment question number 2. Make it as a question number 2. Already one I have given to find the second largest number. This is nothing but second assignment. Hope Jay Surya have been taken the screenshot. Others for the backup. Suppose by network issue, if you have not taken, others have a backup. For the backup, I'll take one. Who I can take? Okay, I'll go with Siddhant. That's it. So fine,
Done, sir.
done. Thank you, dear.
Thank you, dear.
So that's about the list. Okay, we have done it, and I'll show the methods, which are the things we have discussed here. So list method is nothing but we have append. Just we'll go with the overall discussion what we have discussed up to now. We have discussed about the list. Sorry, append method. We have discussed about copy. We have not discussed. Just make a whole. I'll tell you. Copy, count, insert, reverse, remove, sort, pop, extend, index, and clear. So these are the other than the which we have discussed like inbuilt functions. Other than this, we have this stuff. So out of this, how much we have discussed? Just we'll mark it out one by one. How to sort in the descending order. So if you want to make it as a descending order, first sort in the ascending order, then take a reverse of it by using reverse method. That is what here reverse. So append method we have discussed. Just we'll take it out. What are things we have discussed? Append we have discussed. Count yesterday we have discussed. Insert we have discussed. Reverse also yesterday we have discussed. Remove today we have discussed. Sort we have discussed. Extend we have discussed. Index we have discussed. Clear we have not discussed. Pop we have not discussed. And copy we have not discussed. Okay, which I am rounding. Even reverse we have discussed, right? Sorry, I want to remove this. So copy we have not discussed, and pop we have not discussed, and clear. This is going to be your third assignment question. Just learn. Nothing is there. Already we have learned. Copy is nothing but we are writing as a equal to. I'm giving as a Python. Next, I'm storing a in the b variable. This is called as copy. And in place of using b equal to a, you can use copy method. That's all. The way you use is important. Okay. Pop is nothing but remove. Hope you learn something called as a push and pop. Push is nothing but inserting, adding. For adding only, we are learning something called as insert, extend, append, everything we have learned. If you want to remove, only one method we have learned, that is called as a remove. Other than the remove, we can go with the pop method also. Clear is nothing but your list if you want to delete everything. So in my list, we have 5 values. 4, 5 is there. I have to remove only 5. I can go with the remove. Or if you want to pop only 3, I can pop 3. Okay. So what is the difference between remove and pop? That also you can focus. Both has a difference. Remove means directly it will remove the value. Pop means it will go with what? I won't tell the answer. Just Google it. Okay, find the solution for it. Make it as a assignment question number 3. That's it. Okay, what is copy? Write a program for copy. What is pop? Write a program for pop. What is clear? Write a program for clear. Example I'm telling. Program means not 100 lines. Telling about 2 lines. Yeah, that's about the session. Thank you so much. I think so. We are done with on time, and I said by 8 o'clock we should be completed, but no issue. Okay, but we are completed properly. We are happy for that. Okay. Fine. If you have any doubt, let me know. If no doubt, just put a thank you in the chat, and you can leave the session. Have a wonderful day.
Hello, sir.
Yeah, Jai Surya.
Sir, I actually had a problem with yesterday's question only, sir. What you told right now to combine two strings. It
Yeah.
only works on strings, I guess. It's not working on individual thing,
Okay.
statements, individual
Mhm.
statements.
Mhm.
Can I just share my screen so that you can see what I'm facing?
Correct. We'll do that. We'll do one thing. You share your screen.
All right.
Others, thank you so much. You can leave this session. If you have doubt, stay back. If not, it's up to you.
Sir, wait.
But yeah, just zoom it.
Here, sir.
Okay, so yeah, you want to bring output as what?
A SOR in small caps and Andhra in large, in big caps, uppercase.
Got it, got it. So now what you're getting, you got like,
I'm able to get those two things individually. I want to
but you have to
combine.
get as a one name, right?
Yeah.
There is, okay, that is very simple. Just now I said you in the session, right? Fine, yeah, you can do one thing. Directly you can type print B plus C, B plus C. Now compile, you'll get the answer.
Yes, sir.
Okay, okay, okay. So unsupport of none type. Okay, okay. What you're doing now, correct only. What you did is correct. Do one thing. Remove that print statement. We are writing with the in the second line. You're writing print statement, right? Remove that print statement. Second line. Second line.
For second line, huh?
Yeah.
Okay. Here, sir.
Second line. In the third line, remove the print statement. Just have only slicing dot upper, slicing dot lower alone.
In
The
the
second line.
second line also, sir.
Yes, yes. Remove the print statement. At last, one bracket is there. You can remove that bracket, front and back. Now compile, you'll get the right answer.
Yes, sir. Okay, I understood my mistake, sir. Thank you
Mhm.
so much.
That's it. Because previously, what mistake you did is you're not storing, you're directly printing, then you're referring the third variable. That is why it is showing like a objective error.
Yes, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, dear. So fine, I think so. Others don't have any doubt. Shall we wind up?
Yeah, thank you very much, sir.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, ma'am.